Hello everyone and welcome to Cover 2 TV. I'm Steve Hort and I'm here to talk to you about the NFL Top 100 list and give our reaction to it. Like you guys all know, the NFL players all get a vote on their favourite players. The NFL compile it into a big list and they reveal the top 100. It's been done, all done and dusted. We've got some issues with it, if we're honest. Far be it from us to tell NFL players who's good and who's not, but you know what? That's what we're going to do anyway. So I've come up with 5 issues, the 5 biggest issues that we've got with the list, starting with this one. So Eric Berry came in on the list at number 13, which I personally think is a little bit too high, but I can understand he had a really good season. The main issue I've got is that 17 places below him. 17 was the man who I regard as the best safety in the NFL, and that is Earl Thomas. That discrepancy between Berry at 13 and Thomas at 30 is far, far too large. I think it was in 2016, the NFL players voted Earl Thomas in the 60s, and now they've only voted him in the 30s. Maybe they don't get it, maybe they don't see what we all see, but Earl Thomas is the best safety in the NFL. I don't even think it's close. That gap between 13 and 30 between Berry and between Earl Thomas is far too big. If anything, I might even flip reverse them and put Thomas that high. He is that good. Next up, Dak Prescott, rookie quarterback from the Dallas Cowboys. Fair enough, he had a very, very good season. We can't dispute that. One of the best rookie seasons of all time almost. You know, probably the best since RG3 in Washington for a quarterback at least. But 14, he was voted 14th best player in the league. He was voted above Drew Brees. He was voted above Ben Roethlisberger. Not for me, I'm sorry, I'm not having it. Dak, again, he played really, really well. He'd done what was asked of him. He used a great offensive line. He used the running back to perfection. But the 14th best player in the NFL, better than Drew Brees? Nah, not for me, sorry. So I've probably annoyed some Cowboys fans with my opinion on Dak Prescott, but I'm hopefully going to redeem myself with this one. Tyron Smith has been voted at number 18 on this list. Again, NFL players and offensive linemen, maybe they don't do the voting, maybe they don't get it, but Tyron Smith is by far and away the best player at his position. And I don't even think it is remotely close. He is absolutely unbelievable. He is fantastic. He is he is absolutely that good. 18 is far, far too low. Again, maybe it's just a bias against offensive linemen. Maybe that's what it is. But Tyron Smith, for me, should at least be in the top 10. He is a great player and very, 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 very undervalued at 18. Sorry, Dallas fans. I'm going to do it again. I either got Dak and probably went down in your estimation. I might have redeemed myself by giving some praise to Tyron Smith, much deserved praise, but I'm probably going to fall back into your bad books again because Ezekiel Elliott is not the 7th best player in the NFL. He just isn't. I am not having that. Sorry. He was voted by his peers as the best running back in the league. I just don't see it. He's a very, very, very good player. He had an amazing rookie season. Do not get me wrong. He's got the potential to be the best. He could be an all-time great. But David Johnson at 12 and Le'Veon Bell voted at 9. They are both better players than Ezekiel Elliott. I think even the most hardened Dallas Cowboys fan will agree. Personally, I think David Johnson should have been much higher, and we'll get to my list at the end of the show. Le'Veon Bell should have been above Ezekiel Elliott. I don't think Elliott should have even been a top 10 player personally. Maybe in the future he can be, but for now, that is far too rich for my blood. And finally, my biggest grievance with this list, and I could go on for days about it because it really, really annoys me. The second I saw it, I shook my head and I just couldn't believe the fact that Aaron Donald was voted as the 15th best player in the NFL. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He is far, far better than that. Personally, I think he's the 3rd best. I've got him as the best defensive player in the league. The guy is an animal. He is unstoppable. He is a force of nature. He dominates games, and although the Rams don't win many games because, let's face it, they're a bit rubbish, on defense, that is not Aaron Donald's fault. He takes over games. He is unbelievable. His peers voted him as the 15th best player in the league, behind some players who... Again, sorry, Ezekiel Elliott 7, Aaron Donald 15, Dak Prescott 14, there's loads you could go on about. Eric Berry 13, all very good players, but they're not Aaron Donald. He is a generational all-time great, and I just can't get my head around the fact that he was not even in the top 10. I think he should be in the top 5. I think it is an absolute disgrace and a very, very harsh and a disservice to a great, great player. Right, so I've had a go at the NFL list, so it's only fair that I give you my personal top 10 and let you guys critique that too, and you can do that in the comments below. So yeah, if I was voting, here's how I would vote on the 10 best players in the NFL. Starting with number 10, I would go with Khalil Mack of the Oakland Raiders. At 9, I would have Le'Veon Bell of the Pittsburgh Steelers. At 8, David Johnson of the Arizona Cardinals. At 7, it's Tyron Smith of the Dallas Cowboys. At 6, I have got Antonio Brown, another Pittsburgh Steeler. At 5, it's Von Miller, pass rusher of the Denver Broncos. At 4, the machine that is Julio Jones, absolute sensational player. At number 3, the man whose case I've just defended previously, Aaron Donald of the LA Rams. At 2, and it pains me to say, I voted for Aaron Rodgers, because I can't, at this point in time, argue that the best player in the league, probably the greatest player of all time, is still Tom Brady. Personally, I do think there are things that Aaron can do that Tom can't, but Tom Brady keeps on winning. He keeps on winning titles. He keeps taking his team to playoffs, to Super Bowls, and he keeps winning those rings. And 5 is bigger than 1, so Brady is the best player in the league. Like I say, that's my top 10. Those were my grievances with the top 100 list. If there's anything you'd like to say about the show, please let us know in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back soon with more Cover 2 TV.